I started 2020 in a reflective frame of mind. I'd been living out of a suitcase for 5 years, working intensely, usually tired at weekends. I thought something should change. Then it did.
I urge you, at this moment of national emergency, to stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives.
And so I stayed home, as I'd never done for a long time. We all did. We watched the news. Felt bad about all the people who were sick or who had died. All those people whose lives had changed forever. That first lockdown was more thorough than anything that came later. People stayed well apart. We queued outside supermarkets 2 meters apart, and the birds took over the world again. On a Saturday afternoon in May, I walked down the promenade in Cheltenham, and there were no people, no cars, no sales in shops, nothing going cheap except the birds in the trees, for whom it was an ideal summer of sunshine and well-tended gardens, ripe for the picking. My mother called, baffled, because her friend's daughter was working from home. "What does she do?" I said. "She's a traffic warden," she said. Some people found themselves out of work or on furlough. An out-of-work comedian tweeted that a saying that I'd used was wrong. It seems, with enough time on your hands, you can get the toothpaste back in the tube. I was one of the lucky ones, able to carry on working from home, teaching on Zoom, which was not the same as teaching in a classroom. Indeed, the first time I taught on Zoom, a horse turned up to class. I said a little prayer of thanksgiving for the absurdities of 2020. Dear Lord, thank you that amidst it all we can find moments of pure nonsense that help us to make sense of life. Help me not to take life too seriously. And I thought I heard an answer coming back from heaven. It said, "You're muted." One day I walked into town and met Stephen. I'd spent so much time online I didn't really recognise him at first because he wasn't pixelated. Every day I would go to work and it would look like this. On Sundays I'd go to church and it would look like this. Friends got in touch for online chats and it would look like this. Zoom, Google Meet, FaceTime, Skype. Online communication is not overhyped. Talk to your parents, talk to your friends, tell them of COVID and go round the bend. Please keep on talking, you must do your best. Though yesterday and today were just like the rest. There's going to be a vaccine, hip hip hooray! But in the meantime, let's settle for a nice takeaway. To give myself some variety and exercise, I tried to take daily walks and found that nature was one area where change was constant. Spring turned to summer. Turned to autumn. And now winter's here, but spring will come again. I started 2020 in a reflective frame of mind, and I ended even more reflective. I thought something should change. And it did. I've worked hard, but slowed down. I've seen the fragility and need for connection that is in all of us. And I'm looking forward to rediscovering the things that I've taken for granted. I wouldn't particularly want to repeat 2020, but I echo the sentiments of David Hollis. In the rush to return to normal, it's worth considering which parts of normal are worth rushing back to.